Hey everyone, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching. We're going to do a Craftsman push mower here. The first one I've taken off of my load of 35 plus. So missing a broken wheel assembly. It was missing the blade and missing a bail handle, but it was complete otherwise. I've already got a couple parts for it. I'll show you what I've done so far, and then we'll get this thing, see if we can get it running and making it looking a little bit better before we sell it. So let's go ahead and get started. So just as a reminder, all of this came with the lot, about 8 or 10 decks, and then on the trailer here I have about 30, well, I think it was 32, now it's 31 because I've gotten this one off. So 6.75 Craftsman exclusive MRS Briggs & Stratton Quantum 21-inch mulching deck, probably made sometime. I always like to play guess the year. I think this is probably like a 2000 and I don't know. It's got a primer bulb set up, so I'm guessing it's like a 2006. Everybody want to make your guesses before we find out the year? Here we go. Alright, so the serial number 051806 means it was made May 18th of 2006. So if you guessed 2006, congratulations. I don't look at these before I show them to you because I like to guess just as much. The engine confirms it's 060511, which means it was made May 11th of 2006. Oil is pretty bad. Air filter, I'll show you in just a second. I'll let y'all see that. 2006 model year oil as well. And the air filter, let me grab this. Come with me. They're definitely going the cheap route with this one. The reason why I pulled this one off is because I think the only thing that was really wrong with this one, there's your makeshift air filter that will not be going back on. Apart from potentially some carb work, now that I'm seeing what's inside the carb there, is I figured that this wheel assembly had broken off, and it had. I don't know where I put it, but the bolt sheared off of it somehow. So I just needed a wheel assembly and a wheel. I've got one of them here. That's not a big deal at all. So I figured that would be the case with this. The fuel line looks okay. I'm going to put some gas in it and see if it'll start for us. If it does, that's awesome. If not, we'll look inside the carb and see if we can just get the jet cleaned out and all that good stuff. So let me put some gas in it. We'll see if we'll prime. Alright, y'all. So if you look in that emulsion tube there, primer bulb is not priming, which probably means that I have some carb issues as well. Did not have a blade on it when I first got it. I found a blade to put on it just to test it out, see if it'll work for us. Stand by right here. I'll throw some carb cleaner in it and see if it'll at least crank and turn over for us. I did put a little lube on the cover, engine cover, and seemed like it worked okay. So it's just not getting any gas. Let me get it up on the bench and we'll do a what we call a quick and dirty, see if we can get this thing just to run. Hopefully it won't need too much to get it priming and running, and we'll see. If that's the case, we'll put a wheel on it, put an air filter on it, change the oil, make ourselves about 80 bucks. Alright, on the bench, the jet is clear. I took a wire, stuck it up under the bowl through the emulsion tube, and I also, you can see gas flowing out of the bowl there whenever I took the vice grips off. So I think as long as we can get gas up through the primer bulb, it may just be a gasket issue with the primer bulb itself. I'm not quite sure, but I will put the bowl gasket back on with a 1/2 inch socket. Let's see. Sometimes it's a little tricky to do this on the mower, but just be careful not to get anything cross-threaded. Just as long as you get it started, just like I just did. I know you can't see it very well just because of the tight quarters in my video setup, but I'm tightening it up. Oops. No, yeah, yep, I'm going the wrong way. Oops, that won't help me. There we go. Now I'll loosen it up with the vice grips there. See if we can get any primer action now. Hey, we got a little bit of primer. That's good. Might tighten these up. Tighten those screws up just a smidge there on the yeah, it actually seems like it's doing pretty good. So it's priming. Let me get it off of the bench, and here, I might tighten these up just a smidge. They're already pretty tight. And to get it off the bench and see if it'll run for us. All right, y'all, let's see. Sounds like it's a little on the low side or the slow side, whatever. Pull it out a little bit. Prime it up a little bit. Getting better. So we got to where it'll start with the primer. Probably got to work on the carburetor a little bit. I'm sure we got some clogged passages and stuff. Might throw a tiny bit of gas in it. Might have just been low on gas, guys. Needs a little boost to start. Sounds like it needs an oil change, huh? Let me change the oil. While I change the oil, I'll find a wheel mechanism to fit that, and I'll put that on and put a air filter on it, clean it up, make it look good. Alright guys, I put a new air filter on it. The wheel mechanism, I found one that fits a Craftsman lawnmower. It is not 100% exact. It is about a tooth and a half off of the other front one over here. So you can only put that one about 3.5 high, as this one has to be all the way up with an 8-inch wheel. I tried it with a 7-inch wheel over here. I didn't really like the look of it. So that's really the only compromise. Not a big deal in the push mower world. Especially when somebody who's probably just going to buy this is just going to use it to beat around with it and cut the grass. I think I've got a bag for it. I might just throw on there. I'll have to look and see what I got in my arsenal. Yeah, I'm actually looking at one right now. So I think that's pretty good. The wheel, I had the whole assembly already, so it was pretty easy. All I needed was a 3/4 inch and a 9/16 on the inside, and it just popped right on. It's really easy to replace, even with the adjuster and everything on it. It went adjustment, and then your arm, height adjuster arm, a washer, a plastic bushing, and then your selector all goes in, and then the 9/16 on the other side. Super easy. I'm going to find a bag for it, which I have one right here. There we go. We just instantly added 20 bucks to it. Now it'll be an $80 mower with the bag. Somebody will use it as a cheap rough cut mower. But $80 out of one mower for, I got that. And I got that to go. So what, $270 I have left in order before I make back my money. So I think I'm going to be pretty good. I'll clean this up. I already got the oil change. You heard it's running a lot better now because the oil in it had I think it had a bunch of water and mess in it. So I'll get this washed, and then we'll be ready to roll with this one, and I'll show you the final look. Alright guys, here's the final product. As much as I'm going to do with it anyways. Looks like it runs good. Cuts fine. Let's see if it's got any leak. It may just have a very tiny leak on the carb bowl from what I can tell. Or that's probably residual from what we did when we washed it. So unless it's leaked out all the gas at this point. Still got some gas in there, so it hasn't leaked it all out. I don't see it actively leaking. I don't see it actively leaking, which is a good thing. So let me get it started, and we'll wrap this video up. So again, not perfect, but I think it'll be worth $80 to somebody. That's what I'll list it for, and it'll work like that. So thank you all for watching the video. Pretty quick fix, and we got a wheel, carb clean, and all that good stuff. Put a bag on it, made something that was not worth too much, worth $80. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. See you then.